In this video, I want to talk about how you perceive yourself. You know, not just the mirror image that you see right in front of you, because that's distorted by your mind. What you see in the mirror isn't really you. It's just electrical impulses that are twisted to see you in a certain light. I mean, some people, they'll look in the mirror and they'll think, my God, how ugly I am, or how fat I am. You only have to look at someone who suffers bulimia or anorexia, and when they see themselves in the mirror, they don't see what we see, which is almost someone out of a Belsen camp, which has got nothing on it. They see someone who's got too much fat. It can be really twisted in someone's mind to see things in a way that is distorted. And what we work with hypnosis and NLP is to readjust that so someone can see reality just as it is. I mean, it's the same with phobias. Some phobias are ridiculously, to an outside person, ridiculously stupid. So you have to take them seriously, because that person, they believe. And the fear that is generated in a subconscious way, that's very real. And what is real? What is not real? And this is the power of your imagination we step into. Because people focus on what they see with their two eyes. Or one, if you only got one. They focus on that, and unless I've seen it with my own two eyes, I'm not going to believe it. And I go, well, look, have you seen Japan? And well, no, I've never been there. But I've seen it on television. Do you believe everything you read on the press and see on TV? Well, no, but Japan's on there quite a lot, and there are Japanese people. I said, yeah, but how many have you met? They could be Chinese pretending to be Japanese. It gets rather surreal and silly. But you've got to start to see that there's many things that are outside of your vision. I mean, infrared, different frequencies. Your eyes are only seeing in a certain frequency. I mean, let's take a dog, for example. A dog smells, I think they've got 29 times more powerful nose than a human. Why they have to go and stick their nose right up another dog's bottom to smell it, I really ain't got a clue if it's 29 times more powerful, because I can smell shit on the floor miles away. But, they have their own reasons for doing this. And, maybe you should try it sometime. I don't say you should try everything once, but that isn't one of them. That's not what I'm going to do. I'm not going up to a dog and I'm going, or even a girl, and going, do you mind if I stick my nose up your bottom just because my nose isn't working that well. But what I'm trying to illustrate is that not all that you see, that you hear, there is lots of things outside of that. There's things passing through us, atomic particles, subatomic particles. I'm not a physicist, that we can't see and are moving through us. There's realms that we don't understand. So to say that what is and what you see around you is all there is kind of suppressing yourself again. You've got to start to open your mind up to possibilities. And that's where your imagination can come in. And the power of imagination is amazing. I mean, you look at it. I talk about when you're a kid and you've used your imagination to become a cowboy, a spaceman, or whatever you want to be as a child, and then it gets suppressed at school. But it doesn't go away. It gets suppressed out of your normal waking life unless you're a creative. Or your mind has been focused on the creativity. One might say we are all creatives, but it's been channeled and you've really clued into that. You've become an artist, a musician. And even that can be bad, because you get dominated. You might become very good at it, but you become dominated. Your identity is part of that skill. You lose your identity as a person to a degree, and you become subservient to that skill. So you're creating great works of art, but you're almost like not really you. So don't think that there is always a positive and there's a negative with all things, and it's trying to see that balance, trying to see the black and the white of the picture. So when you're looking at success and you're trying to achieve something, it's really very much opening your mind to opportunities. And one of the key things to that, and I talk about with entrepreneurialism, is seeing opportunity and developing opportunity. I remember a guy I used to know, he was a multimillionaire, and I asked him how he managed to become so wealthy. And he said to me, well, I was sitting down at this dinner table once, and there was a guy sitting next to me, and he'd invented this paint, which was a fire retardant paint. And funny thing was, on that particular day, he'd read the paper and he'd found this the government had changed the law with relating to hotels, and that they'd all have to adopt a fire code, and so therefore fire retardant paint was going to be a very big essential. So it opened up an opportunity in the market which he capitalized on. So he said to that guy, look, maybe I can help you, maybe I can sell your product for you, and we're going to partnership. So he signed him up on a partnership and made millions selling fire retardant paint. That's how to make money. You start to want opportunity, so the universe puts opportunity in front of you. It allows you to have that opportunity, and it can come from almost anywhere. And you just have to have your eyes open. You can be watching something on the television, reading a paper, having a conversation, and you can see that there's a dot there and a dot there and a dot there, and you join the dots, and suddenly you've got a triangle with a product in it that can answer huge problems, and you go, there you go, that's my product, that's how I'm going to make money. So seeing angles is incredibly important, but you need to train your mind to do that. Some of us are naturally gifted in that way. And when I say naturally gifted, it doesn't mean you're not naturally gifted. It means that their bias of their mentality has been focused towards that, whereas your bias of your mentality is focused to a certain other direction. It doesn't mean you can't move it there. They've just had years and years and years of using that particular strategy to get themselves ahead. It doesn't mean that they're always successful, but adopting certain archetypal blueprints of how the brain works and how you can start to really use that in your business life, in your personal life, in your relationship is very much about what we're training. And that the free training video that I'm doing, and the whole course of them, is to give you that training, to give you that insight, to get you to move ahead. One of the key things that I wanted to talk about in this particular video, if you look at the alphabet and talk about coincidence, which is a C word, and funny enough, all the words that relate to success begin with a C. And there's a coincidence for you. Like commitment and consistency, communication skills, confidence, contacts, certainty. All of these are the C word. So whoever invented the alphabet decided to stick really important words to success and getting somewhere, all on the same C. I don't know if that's a coincidence or whatever, but it's easy to remember, because if you ever want to think about success, all you have to think of is the C word, not the C word, but the letter C. And then you can go, okay, what do I need for success? Well, I need consistency. That means that I need to focus. I need to actually focus consistently on the goal ahead and keep moving forward. I need commitment. Same thing. I need to be committed to my cause, and I'm going to be consistent in my commitment. Then I need confidence. I need to have a confident air about me to move forward, so I'm confident in what my choices are, confident in my purpose, where I'm going. Very important. You need contacts. That's people around you, and that's why we talk about the 7. You need contacts who are going to help you in your cause, and if you can develop those contacts, then your job is not going to be paddling your own canoe. It's going to be actually working with a team of other people to get somewhere, and you'll get there so much quicker. Certainty is a really big, important thing. What is certainty? Certainty is like this. If I say to you A plus B equals C, and you've just got to add A and B to get to C, you've got to be certain of that equation. How certainty comes about in, for example, the internet terms, it comes about with testimonials. So if someone's, you go into a situation, you watch one of these promotional editorial videos, come from America all the time, have the perfect relationship, adopt this system, and it's got testimonials, Mary from Maryland decided that she was going to do this, and she's written in and told us how fantastic it was and it changed her life. You start to build a picture of certainty that allows you to want to make a choice and a decision about something. In other words, they can sell the product to you. So when I'm doing coaching work with someone, I've got to create a certainty of a future, so they go towards that future rather than the future they're in. It's an alternative route. And how I use that is I use their imagination to create a certainty that's there, that they can see and they can picture in the finest detail, so it suddenly becomes a reality, and that has a massive impact on what they're currently doing in their lives. So that's a very important word to get a grasp of, certainty. You have to start to develop the certainty in your own mind that you are going to be what you want. You have to idealize, visualize, and materialize what you want in your life. So if you want to be, let's say, on a big yacht in 12 months' time, you've got to visualize that picture and make it a certainty, not a doubtful picture. It's got to be in bright colors in your own mind, and a real picture in a frame, or whatever makes you feel that that really is the most perfect picture for you. And maybe you make a movie of it, or you can make sounds in it in your own imagination. It starts to be real. And there's a specific technique we use to move someone to 12 months' time so they can step into that and have the feelings of that environment. So that actually imbibes them on a cellular level. They start to really go, oh, I've actually experienced this. And then we bring that positivity into the current and then show them a strategy how they can get to that, which is a realistic strategy. And all they do is follow the steps. But what's pulling them forward is the fact that they've already been there. It's a certainty. And so when the wealth activation system was created, I wanted to create a certainty for you. And that meant that there was a number of different steps. And once you come on it, well, one of the first things we do is it's not just a simple goal setting exercise like what you're going to do in 5 years and where you're going to be. Oh, I don't know, I'm going to be on a beach, or I'm going to have a car, or whatever. We want some real certainty developed through that exercise. So you start to go, yeah, that is, I can see it, I can feel it, I can touch it. I've already been there and I've got these feelings about it. It's what I want, and nothing is going to stop me from getting it. I am there. Yeah, I'm with you all day long, going in the right direction. That's really what this is about. It's about getting your mind to really start to see that your potential is limitless. It's a fantastic thing to start to engage with. It really is. So the training will go on. See you in the next video. Sign up and we'll take it even further and make money for you.